Gonna make it into the playoffs this season.
All right, everything's live.
We live. What are you drinking though?
Protein shake.
Nice, dude.
Gotta stay alive.
What is the brand?
Premier.
Premier Protein Shake. I've never drank it before. It kind of looks like a Slim Fast.
No, they're protein shakes.
No, I believe you.
Have you tried like the Myers ones? Just like the stock ones? Mm-hmm. Tastes exactly the same.
What is the amount of protein in it?
30.
30 G's?
Yep. Wow. 30 G's, 160 calories, 1 gram of fat.
And you find it to be highly effective?
Is for the protein? For sure.
Yeah. I usually don't like protein drinks. They always make my stomach feel bloated compared to like a steak.
You know what I think it's from?
I don't know.
I think it's from the fake sugar.
There's a lot of fake. Oh yeah. The.
I don't know if it's aspartame. There's a whole bunch of different kinds, but one of those.
But isn't it some type of alcohol or something? Isn't that what that is? It's not an alcohol?
No.
Oh, I forget. But I know it definitely makes you bloated. For sure.
Yeah, I know like all the like aspartame and the other bullshit ones. They I know they fuck with your gut biome and they make it difficult to process fucking food.
I love them though. They're so good. They're 0 calories, you know? You can't beat it.
Not quite 0 calories. Yeah, it's terrible though because in the long run you're not even burning the 150 calories you would have normally burned because your gut biome's fucked up. So you end up not even burning any, like losing any weight because you just slowed your digestive system.
You think it's like that though?
Yes.
Like you think it will keep you
fat? How many skinny people you see drinking Diet Coke?
I don't know.
Like almost
I don't
none.
really know.
Almost none. Like whenever I see someone drinking Diet Coke, they're fat.
But what if they're getting down?
They're not. They stay the same.
Oh, okay. They're like a lifelong Diet Coker.
Like if you think you're about to lose a bunch of weight from switching from Coke to Diet Coke, you're losing. You lose it. If you want to lose the weight, you cut that shit out altogether. And you drink some water.
Water's huge. I think
1 second.
I know she's freaking out. Listen to her. Sweet baby girl. Listen, Pig, she's beautiful. I hope you guys can see her in the camera. She's this little pit bull that is, I think she's like 12 years old now. I'm not 100% sure. Ooh, I like that I'm doing a solo part though. Because when I was at home, I was like, man, I should be pumping out solo episodes. I never be getting to doing it though because I'm a lazy motherfucker. That's right. We're within the first 10 minutes, so I bleeped out that swear. Although I don't think that's a thing anymore. I remember getting an email maybe like a few months back that that's not even a real thing.
What's not a real thing?
I still hear podcasters say like, oh, we don't swear in the first 10 minutes or we bleep it out and stuff. But I remember getting an email that said like, they don't do that no more.
They don't care about that.
But it's like, basic, like I remember it was like even funny. It was like a video. He was like, we don't give a bleep no more. You can bleep. And he just said F so many times. Like, I think it's like within the first 15 seconds. They're like, if you are just like, bleep, 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 we will demonetize you. Besides that, we don't care. And I was like, that's freer, I guess. But I don't know. I think if you cut the pop out, you might drop a lot of weight. That's a lot of calories, dude.
Potentially.
I think, but you have to enact something else too. Like you said, maybe add like the correct water intake. You think soda drinkers drink the correct amount of water every day?
No, but I don't think that has a huge effect on your weight.
You don't?
No, I don't think how much water you drink does. It'd probably make you healthier.
But you do know you lose weight through your pee, right? People think it's through your sweat. It's not even at all through your sweat.
Well, you can definitely lose weight through your sweat. I've done it. But like you gain it back in about 10 seconds as soon as you drink some water after.
Okay. But I know you lose your fat deposits through your urine, through your shit.
Yeah, but I don't think the water is going to change it.
Because
your body still has to break all that down before
does.
it disposes of it.
And it has to be in a calorie deficit regardless.
Like, that's really what it is. Like, people just don't want to accept it.
The deficit?
Like, you're eating too much bullshit. Like whenever I tell people if you want to get healthy, I'm like, why don't you just like focus on like the protein part of the meal, the meat.
That is
like,
true.
If you just focus on that, you can pretty much eat whatever you want because you'll be full and you won't be wanting to snack because you ate a good meal and you're actually full instead of like eating cereal where you're hungry 15 minutes later.
God, cereal's the worst.
So good though.
Yeah, it tastes good. But no, you're right. That is like, if you were to be like, if you wanted to help the most people, I feel like focus on your meat portion of the meal.
Yeah, like if you having chicken for dinner, like make sure you have the right amount of chicken. Eat that first, then you can eat all the side bullshit you want because you won't overeat.
It'll help.
You probably won't overeat. Like
even a big giant fatty, they're psychologically trapped into hell. They're gonna overeat still. It will help, but
their meat amount's gonna be so high for your
body. But they
body.
all eat bands on their stomach and stuff, dude.
But they're not eating a whole bunch of meat. They're eating a bunch of cheese and they're eating a bunch of bullshit. Like if they're not sitting down and eating a fucking whole chicken, because that's probably what you're supposed to eat. Like a whole chicken.
Have you?
Because if you think about like, you know, your protein content per your body weight, if you a 400-pound human being, you're supposed to get 400 grams in.
Not really though. You're not supposed to be 400 pounds.
But to help push that shit back, because you got all that muscle you still have to feed, because you're gonna have a ton of muscle under all that fat from carrying all that fat around.
How about this? If you were that fat and you ate 400 grams of protein every day, you're not going to overeat.
You're not going to overeat.
I'll give you that.
That's what I'm saying. If you eat where you're supposed to, where your body weight's at, you're probably not going to overeat because you will be full. Like your what are those things called? The satiate.
Your satiation. Yeah, I know what you're saying.
Those things are going to be taken care of.
Yeah. And it's your, I forget what the term is, your ghrelin level.
Ghrelin, yeah.
Yeah, the ghrelin, the expressed ghrelin in your brain release after you eat will determine if you overeat or don't overeat. And they say, like, the protein will make that happen more. But also drugs do, too, like Ozempic did.
Yeah, except for that makes your body decay.
To a degree, but so does, like, cortisone steroids.
Those are also... Well, the steroids do not make your body degrade.
Cortisone steroids.
Oh, cortisol does, yes. And that's, as they said, bad. You're not supposed to use that. That isn't like a one-time type of thing.
It's a part of like medical,
I know, it's crazy, because like in reality, it should be like, you're not even supposed to use it when you use it, pretty much. Like, oh, you got to go out and you're an athlete and play today. Cool. Like, shoot that shit in. You'll be all right for the day. Don't make that a habit. That's how it's supposed to be used. But they're using it as treatments. Yeah. That's crazy. But I mean, I don't trust the medical industry for anything. I think almost everything's fake.
I mean, they've created a lot of good drugs out here. There's good drugs.
I don't believe that they actually fix the problems they're supposed to.
What about
I think
the Xanax
they fix
bar?
symptoms. Once again, doesn't fix your anxiety, makes it go away. Comes back as soon as you're not on it.
But what if you just take a Xanax bar every day?
It still is only treating the symptom and not the actual thing.
Not the root, the cause.
Because if you were taking care of the cause, it would go away where you no longer need to take medication.
Dude, did you remember in that joke? That's funny. You just reminded me. That's what he was saying. That like, and it made me think of Theo Von. He was saying like, if you take SSRIs and it makes you like, just feel nothing. I forget what
nothing.
He was.
He said nothing.
Yeah, the nothing thing. Then you have like
a nutrient.
A nutrient. Yeah.
Yeah.
And it made me so much think of Theo because he's always like, I mean, he's worth like $7 million. He's like, I'm so sad. Everything in life is all the dumps. And then I've been on SSRIs for 30 years.
Well, he also does a bunch of drugs too.
Yeah, but he's clean all the time too. Majority of his life, he's actually clean because he's always in recovery. People forget about that too. Like if you're a drug addict for a year, but then you get 4 years clean, 4 years clean, you actually are sober more than you are high.
I don't think most people go that long. Most of the people I see relapse crack in the first year.
Theo does be doing it like that, though.
Maybe.
Well, maybe he's lying too.
Yeah, I don't know him, so I'd have to know him because most of the motherfuckers I know lie too. Like, I've been clean for 2 years. I'm like, bro, you was high 6 months ago. What are you talking about? I saw you.
I mean, the lowest.
No, that was just one time. I'm like, it doesn't matter. You broke it.
The lowest form of people do.
That's the majority of people.
That is!
If we're talking about drugs. If we're talking about drugs, it's the majority of people. The majority of people can't handle them because they're, essentially, they're not really man-made, but we've extracted it. So, like, when you extract it, now we're past natural, even if it's natural.
But some stuff is good when you do that. Like wax is good. Wax, they say, is less harmful than
weed.
Yeah,
the wax is. I think there's other ways too, but our bodies aren't ready for it. Like as far as like mentally, us getting used to it. Like coca leaf. If you just chew on coca leaf,
doesn't seem to
it'll work. It'll work medicinally. You probably won't get addicted, and you won't have a lot of problem. But as soon as you turn it into cocaine, now your brain's like freaking out when you do it because you just boosted like your serotonin response from it by like 50 times.
Yeah.
And our bodies ain't ready for that. Like social media. Like our brains ain't ready for that. We got stupid little brains, and we're playing the slot machine up there with the notifications and stuff. Like they've hacked our brain. Like we weren't meant for that.
Yeah, but don't you think that you as a human can like rise above it? Once
You can. It's just we're not built for it. You can rise above it through discipline.
Are we not built for it since we adapt? Are we not?
No, we're not.
We're
not
the most
built
adaptive
for it.
creature on Earth.
That's more to prove that we're not built for anything. Like we're adapting, we're changing, but we don't ever change us. We change our surrounding. Like we don't change us. We're still the same people.
Yeah, we never change us.
Well, we do.
We're
We
so
do a little
dope,
bit.
though. That's we're dope.
Are we?
Yeah, man. We are like, all right, horses are fast. We're like 700, 1,000 horsepower, 2,000 horsepower. And we're
But it's
driving
not
around.
us.
We made it. We did
But
it.
it's not us though.
It's an extension of us.
Like
dude.
if we was running 700 miles an hour, then I'd be like, damn, we leveled up. But we're not ever doing that. We're always just making essentially us cyborgs. You know what I'm saying? We just turn ourselves into cyborgs. I don't know if that's good.
Why?
I don't know if it's good. I'm saying I don't know. We don't know the ramifications. Would you ever have thought that a place online where you could just post your thoughts would be the worst thing for humanity? Because it became it.
Did it? I don't know.
I think social media did. I think the internet, huge positive.
How many people use it?
The internet?
Yeah, is it majority of the Earth?
Yeah.
Oh, it is?
For sure. And
I don't know.
And it functions like all of our high level stuff. Like the internet went out. Everybody in the cities is gonna have to leave. Like instantly, there's gonna be no food. Like like all of our like interstate, international stuff is like ran through the internet, and all that would go down. All our technologies ran on the internet. Your Tesla wouldn't work.
Your Tesla stops working.
Yeah. Wow. Like everything's ran off the internet. So the internet has lots of benefits, but I would say social media has almost none to humanity. It may personally give some people benefits, but the majority is going to give negatives for it.
It's the majority. Yeah. And I feel like from my personal experience, as you rise, it's like you can only rise off of their negativity. At least I've only experienced that. I've never Mr. Beast it.
That's because you're like in a troll space.
But bro, even in the rap space, it's still of like gang, thug. Like it's not of positivity.
It's not just them. It's not just them though.
What?
Like, all right, so like music specifically is so segregated off now because of the algorithms. That's what you see because that's what you like to watch. But someone else is seeing something completely different, and that guy's getting a ton of buzz too. And of course, there's going to be hate in it, but it might not be the majority. In fact, I don't think the majority is, and that guy's not going to be talking about hate.
Oh, what he's speaking on.
Yeah.
But I'm not even trying to talk about what I'm speaking on. Leave that out of it. I'm just saying, like, it seems like the wave of rise is off of conflict. Humans.
I don't think that's true. I think that while you're rising, the hate comes with it because people are envious. So as you're rising, you're going to see it coming up with it, but I don't think it's causing it.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? Like, as you increase, there's going to be hate that comes with it because you're getting bigger.
Okay.
Because people are haters. Because they're envious.
What do you think is a more powerful vehicle of movement, though? I think, personally, that humans respond to, like, a distress situation more. Like, lovey-dovey ain't going to get the response that hate does.
I think both have the capacity to reach you to the top.
Which one do you think is more powerful, though?
Probably the nice one, actually, if you get it to the top. Let's take an example.
Mr. Beast?
No, I'm not going to use Mr. Beast. I'm going to use Joe Rogan, who's not a negative person, who props up every single person he puts on his show pretty much.
But the negativity is what made him
No, he was already big. No, he was so big because people liked him so much. Then when they brought the negativity, he shut it down.
He said he got 2 million subscribers after they said he was.
How many did he already have?
Probably 2 million.
More than that.
But
he has 100 million listeners a day, pretty much.
The jump. No, they don't have that much. They really don't.
They do like not a day. Sorry, like an episode will end up with like
30,
100 million.
11. No, realistically, no, it doesn't though. It's
if you stretch it across all platforms, yes, it
I
does.
can do that. That's possible.
For sure. You got the YouTube hitting, the TikTok reels, the Facebook reels. It's probably well over 100 million.
What I'm saying, like, if you go, yeah, I guess you're right. Yeah, that's true.
Like everybody knows what happened when Joe does something that's like slightly big.
And those are different people. Yeah, because they're on.
So I'm saying,
platform.
all right, and now let's go to the other side where hate seems to fuel them. That's Trump.
Oh, and he's the G of Kings.
He's the G of Kings of that. Now he's big as hell. He's got a lot of
top
power.
G, dude.
But I would argue that Joe Rogan has more power than Trump. Definitely with the populace.
I mean, he got everyone to storm the Cap, dude.
He didn't even ask them to do that. They did that on their own.
Mob shit.
I don't think he actually wanted that.
I mean, I don't know.
Like if I was him, I wouldn't have wanted that because I know that's going to reflect badly on me, and it's not going to work when I got a bunch of freaking 50-year-olds without even guns charging the Capitol.
Some say they had explosives.
No,
Zip ties.
yeah, I heard some other stuff on that, like it was all placed there
By the FBI.
by the FBI, man. The FBI cooked that up. There's no doubt about it. I mean, that's their MO now to do stuff like that. That's literally their MO now. Like there's not enough there. There's not enough stuff that's newsworthy for them to bust that they have to make shit up now.
I've never seen any evidence of that. I don't know.
Gretchen Whitmer.
What'd she do? You think
She think
she made that thing up?
No, I think the FBI did.
That was a
so that it looked like, look at us. We just stopped the people trying to kidnap the governor. Look how dope we are. That's how, it's not like trying to. Their goal is just to make themselves look good. The FBI. It's like when they set people up like that dude with the bomb or whatever, where they set the guy up with the bomb, convinced him to go blow all these people up, and then the bomb didn't even work because they gave it to him. Like, that was never a crime if you guys didn't step in. You guys are making it so that you can say you've got a terrorist and you all get promotions and pay grade raises.
Don't you think on the books, though, they'd be like, well, we were stopping.
They run the books. That's the problem. They run their books. They are the ones that take care. Like
there's no
the police
bureau
themselves
above the feds. There's got to
no.
be.
There's just the president.
Always.
Yeah, from them. Their internal affairs. Just like
internal affairs. They don't like each other.
Yeah, because they are elected. You know, not the internal affairs. Our police departments are elected. The FBI is placed by the president.
Really?
Yeah.
And they hire people in.
They like just like the CIA. Like they are standalone. They don't have people governing over them. And like the people, like us as people, don't have any power over them.
And they don't have any type of agency over them.
No, just like the president, just the executive branch, I think.
Yikes.
And he doesn't have like full power or anything. You can fire the guy running it though. 'Cause Trump did that shit.
Right. Or they could be buddy-buddy.
That's the problem.
That's a problem.
Like, it's super corrupt, and there's nobody policing themselves. Like, I think we should be voting on who runs that shit. That should be a big thing. Who's running the FBI? We vote, the people. That way, when they're doing bullshit, you just fire them.
What about, like, the CIA? Should we vote for them, too?
I don't think they should exist.
At all?
I don't think he's all. They're, like, a completely illegal thing. They're, like, literally going to other countries doing illegal shit that's against the fucking Geneva Convention and shit.
Yeah.
Just stirring shit up. No, that's the dumbest thing I've ever heard. Whenever they say they're protecting us, I'm like, there hasn't been a war in my lifetime here, or my parents' lifetime, or my grandparents' lifetime, or my great-grandparents' lifetime. You gotta go back to the Civil War where we were fighting each other. So any other war we've ever been in was not for our safety. That's bullshit. There's nobody here fighting us.
But they would say if we didn't start those wars over there, war would have started here, son.
That's a lie. We created all of it. We created the Taliban. We created Al-Qaeda. We created ISIS. And then Israel created Hamas. So, I mean, we're always the ones creating these wars.
And it almost feels like Israel might be a little extension of the United States.
100%.
Some people say that.
They definitely are.
Why do they call it
They're definitely wiping Gaza
Israel?
Huh?
Why do they call it the state of Israel? Why don't they say the country of Israel, the nation of Israel, or whatever?
I believe state means country. Just like it's weird in ours because we're all these different states.
These are little countries?
Yeah, like, no.
No.
But I'm saying I think it means the same thing.
All right.
Except for here. We're the only place with states. Everyone else has territories.
Okay.
So like Great Britain, for example, they were kind of like us, where they had different states. They had the UK and they had Ireland and they had Canada.
Okay. But it was all under the United
But it was all under Great Britain.
Great Britain.
So we have all these different states, but it's all the United States.
And then now they're the United Kingdom?
They've always been the UK. That's just that little island. The UK is just that little island they live on.
The rich one.
Yeah.
Where the Queen lives.
But like Norway was part of Great Britain, and England, or not England, they are England. Ireland was part of Great Britain, and Canada was part of Great Britain.
But they're not now.
Canada's not. That happened when we were like, I don't know, like 10 years old or something like that.
And then half of Ireland is.
Half of Ireland is. And I think Norway's still part and everything.
Because they be fighting up the raw and the bombs and stuff. Yeah. Whites fighting whites. Heavy. I love it. It's a beautiful.
People fight.
Yeah, whites be fighting whites.
And blacks be fighting blacks, and blacks be fighting whites, and Asians be fighting blacks, and blacks be fighting Mexicans.
When do Asians and blacks be fighting?
I would venture to say they hate each other more than any other groups, honestly.
But not until they get here, right?
Well, yeah, they don't actually run into each other.
That's what I'm saying.
That's a lie, because China literally buying up Africa and enslaving them. So I guess, no, they don't fight back.
They're enslaving them?
Congo?
Oh, to make all those phones?
Yeah. I mean, you can call
they
it. You can
choose
call
to work
it.
there. They
You can
choose
call
to
it.
work for 'em.
You can call it what you want, but
They
I mean,
don't got to go to work there. They choose to strap the baby on and go, you know? To be honest, right?
it's slavery to me either way. Because you choose to walk out in that cotton field back in the day and pick cotton.
No, if you didn't
Or
do
you
that, they
could
would
die.
whip you to death.
That's
Like
pretty
they
much
would
what's
like
gonna
cut your arm off. Like,
So, or you can starve to death there over, a 2-3 week period.
well, think about like Nagano. He just said, "I'm getting the heck out of here."
That was crazy.
I'm just saying.
His
they
story.
got options.
His story. Most people don't survive that.
I know.
So I mean, like that's like enslavement. Then that's like a runaway slave traveling on the Underground Railroad trying to get to the Union.
But I mean, not really. He chose to work in the sand mine, right? He'd wake up in the morning and go, "I'm gonna go work in the
What
sand
are your
mine."
choices? That's the question.
What are the choices?
So if you don't have other choices, then you're a slave. Like when you're incarcerated, you're a slave. I don't have the choice to leave this bitch and go do something else. Like I am this property of the state legally. You're the property of the state. You're literally a slave. Wow. But luckily, you have rights.
they have rights for prisoners.
Oh yeah,
Big rights.
pretty good ones here.
Oh,
I don't gotta work. I mean, you don't gotta do nothing. Like here, because we're not a industrialized prison state. It's all state funded. All that bullshit's gone. Like that privatized shit is what ruins it because they're trying to make $1.
so you're saying in other states there's prisons that are privatized and they do have different rules for them?
Hell yeah, they got you working out, doing shit because they're busting contracts down with the county and the state and companies to do shit with the prisoners and have them work for 25 cents an hour or whatever.
Doing what?
Doing hard labor.
Where they're breaking the bricks up and stuff? Have you
Sure,
seen that?
something, yeah,
What
stuff
was
like that.
Why were they just busting rocks on the chain gang?
I think of that was how it started before it was privatized, where they're like, we're going to make them work, like to teach them a lesson. But then they realized you can make money.
They're like, why are we making them bust these rocks?
Yeah, they're like, let's make them make a road.
right.
You know what I'm saying? And it'll cost us fucking $300 in labor at the end of 4 months.
That's not a bad idea.
And then we'll have the federal government pay us to take care of them.
oh, the feds still pay for them.
Yeah.
Wow. Not a bad move. I like that. What does it take to get into the privatized prison business?
Well, you're donezo now.
What do you mean? You can't get in now?
You'd need so much money.
Millions and millions.
Yeah, probably billions.
Billions?
Plus, like, they're on the decline because people have found out how fucked they were. Wow. Which is good. They should be gone.
You think?
Personally, yeah, I think if you want to lock someone up, you should be re-educating them, right? That's the whole point.
Is that the point?
That is the point, yes.
Oh, I don't know.
That's supposedly their point. It's not punishment. It's to get you right, to send you back into the world so that you're a productive member of society when you leave.
Is that what? I don't know that. I thought we locked them up because they're bad for our society.
Why would you let them out then?
Because we think that we can. They're now rehabilitatable. They can be integrated.
They
back.
should already be fixed when you let them go. Because if you don't have them already fixed, then they're obviously not. They're not going to change. I have my freedom back. Why would I listen to you now? You got to fix them in there.
Because you're gonna come back here if you don't.
Yeah, and that's how they set up the prisons on purpose, because that's how you make the money.
You want them coming back?
Yeah, if you're working them.
Oh yeah, but what about the other ones? What about like Michigan and stuff?
Michigan,
If there's no incentive for that.
So our big problem here was that we had truth in sentencing where you get no good time. And that's how we got all stocked up, because there's just too many of us because we were just sitting in there longer than everyone else. Okay. You know, if we get 3, we do 3. But if you're in California, you do like 2 1/4. And then you come home on your 3.
Okay.
And if you're doing 25, you do like 17. So all these people are shaving giant years off of how much time they have to be in there.
But not here.
No, here we're truth in sentencing. Whatever you got sentenced to, that's what you do.
Oh wow.
Minimum.
So if they say 15 years, 15 years.
15 years.
And usually is it like 15 to 25?
No, like here it'll be 15 to 25. You're doing at least 15. That's how it works here. You have to do a minimum of 15, and then we'll decide if we can let you go.
What if she said the possibility of parole in 7? Are they allowed to put that on there?
No, that would be your minimum.
Oh, okay.
That's whatever your minimum is. But like in California, it'd be your minimum's 10, but you do 7 or whatever.
So, in California, they do allow it like that.
Yeah, good
That's
time.
nice.
Almost
I like
everyone else besides us has that. There's only like 3 states that don't have good time.
So you could be a trustee, you could train the dogs, you could do it all, and you can't get out early.
Nope. Wow. You gotta finish your sentence. They said you gotta do 3.
I kind of like that, though, too. Well, no, I don't like I just like them out of our society. That's what I don't like. Because, like, all right, if you're like a murderer, you're constantly murdering people, like, they should be out of our society. That's what I think prison is good for.
I think we'd be looking at it wrong. Damn, you a murderer? We're gonna sign you up for the U.S. Army.
Is he going to work for the government, though?
Or die.
Or die.
That's how I'd be doing. Yeah, for a murderer? For sure. I'd be like, oh, you like to kill people? Cool, I got a job for you, bro.
That isn't a bad idea. So every
We should
time
be
they break
placing
the
people.
law,
We should be
you try to
placing
place
people.
them, dude. So, like, you catch a big drug kingpin, you're like, CEO possibilities. Are you willing to get your
No, I'd be
BA?
like, damn, I see you're doing lots of that. Well, I got an opening for you in Pfizer.
Yeah.
In marketing. Or if you're the cook, we're like, oh, all right, well, we're gonna put you through a little tiny bit of school and you're gonna get into chemistry.
That's what I'm saying. Yeah.
That's how it should work because you're literally placing the people.
Not a bad move.
Like these people would stay doing it because it's what they do and they enjoy doing it, obviously.
What do you do with the pedophiles?
Pedophiles?
They go straight for Clintons? They work for the Clinton Foundation?
It's really hard with the pedophiles. Because first off, like, I would be for getting rid of them.
Oh, so you're just, there's no placing of the pedo.
No, I'd be for completely getting rid of them. But the problem is,
Right.
I don't trust our court system to get it right. So I never know what to do with them. I'm like, I personally think they're worthless to society. Let's just chuck them out. Let's get rid of them. They're like Hamas. Let's exterminate them. But how do I make sure that you are that? Because there's so much bullshit that happens in our court system.
Right. Do you think you could maybe put them in a situation like they're a battery? Like, what if we had them doing like a cyber or something? Like, they can't leave the computer? Man, they're going to be child porning.
They're a problem. They're a problem. And they have no skills to translate to the real world.
But because of your issue with it, then killing them is pretty immoral. So it's like...
Why is it immoral? Oh, because we don't know.
They fuck it up too much, yeah.
That's why I'm not for any capital punishment.
But that's what I'm trying to say. So if we got to place them, how do we place them? Making Funkos? For the kiddies?
Actually, yeah, make them make kid shit.
Have them work to
With
make
no
child
kids.
thing. With no kids, obviously. Well, it's a factory. There's no kids at a factory.
Design.
But they can constantly...
They should be doing
think about
design.
kids and design things for kids.
Yeah, advertising. They can work at advertising for fucking cereal and shit.
For like Disney and
Yep.
Pixar.
Heavily monitored.
Oh, yeah.
Those guys don't just get pushed back into society. You gotta stay on that list forever. We gotta take pissing outside off the list, though.
So, like, yeah, that's another thing. Do you think that you could use them, but you still keep them locked up because they're just too dangerous? But you make it like a thing, at least they have their own pedo community?
Microchipped.
Microchipped. Locked up but outside.
Yep.
And can you just end it for, like, anytime you want with the chip, or how does that work?
What, kill them?
Oh, I don't know. What,
No. I would just say,
capital punishment.
I'd just say you just go pick them up. Like, you'll know exactly where they are.
So you catch them beeping outside of a middle school?
Pick them up. You about to go do 10 years in our prison now.
Beep.
We'll give you another shot at this. It happens again, then we're going to put you in the inferno.
Oh, so you do give him a one-shot 10-year. And you do believe in capital punishment then, too. But
That's because of repeat.
he has now shown you on the chip monitor that he's going around the kiddies. You know what I mean?
Yep.
So the first one, you're like, I don't know because I don't trust the system. But now I know.
You're back. All right, we can finish this off now.
Because why would he be around the kids?
Exactly.
What was the reason?
Like a normal person is not a pedophile. If they got convicted as a pedophile and they were like, if you go by that fucking school,
You'd always be
you're
that
done.
school.
You will never go by that school ever in your life. You will be like, oh, no, I'm going to move like 100 miles away from the school and just live far as fuck away.
No university.
Nope,
no
we're just going to stay out of it. Like people that steal shit.
Yeah, where do you place them? Espionage?
Yep, I was about to say you're doing fucking CIA shit.
You turn it into secrets and
You're
stuff.
the CIA shit, and we're going to pay you well.
What a world.
That's what it should be.
I think about that all the time.
Because we're wasting useful people. Like, when I was locked up, that's the craziest thing. Like, there's a lot of dumb motherfuckers in there. There's no doubt. But there's a lot of smart motherfuckers, too. Where you're like, wow, you guys were like, you could have done something with your life, too.
What about talented motherfuckers?
That's what I mean. Well, talented in what way?
I don't know. I guess it depends. Like maybe you saw someone
For
that
sure, but-
had recall crazy. He's like, hey, I finished this law book in like 2. I don't know.
No, not stuff like that. More art things you'll see, or people building things. You'll see a lot of talent in that, but like there's no real. That's not what they were there for. That's a hobby they picked up.
Right. It's not tied to their
Yeah, like, oh wow, you made a really cool truck out of fucking cardboard.
What would you
that
say
looks
most
real.
people were in there for?
God damn, it might be pedophiles, man. They up there, man.
Pixar movies.
Well, I was at half the like the compound next to mine was like 4 pedophiles. So like I'm not getting a good number on what it's really like because they get pushed over to ours when they finish the program. So like we had more than you should. But like probably like 50% of that place was fucking sex crimes. Wow. Most things it's not a specific crime, but they were high as shit doing petty crimes. That's the number one thing. You know what I'm saying?
Addicts?
Cutting Cadillac converters off of the bottom of cars.
Drug addicts.
Yeah, drug addicts doing fucking petty crimes.
So where do you place drug addicts?
Drug addicts, you get them help and you get them a job.
Okay, so you're saying that their thing is like a psychological issue.
Yeah, like they need to be fixed. And like if we don't fix it right because we don't give them a way to be successful.
You know, it
like,
doesn't really feel like a crime. Yeah, when like a junkie gets caught with stuff.
yeah,
Why do they go to prison?
Yeah, they go to prison. It was just stupid in the first place. And then, like, they don't help you when you get out. It's like, yeah, if you're going to send him out, he's going to have to work at McDonald's, and that's the best he's going to have going for him. I have a good feeling he might turn back to the drugs. Like, why don't y'all, with all your government shit, give some people some jobs where they can level up? You don't even have to pay them.
Like, they don't let you go to school in there or anything? I don't know.
So when I was leaving, they just cut all that shit. They had like electrical and shit, but like it is such a scam. Like fucking, they make you wait your whole bit before you get to do it, and then fucking most of the time they don't even put you in it because there's not enough money for it. So like the idea was there, but they don't help you get a job really.
But you'll have the certificate when you get out, right?
Kinda. So you have to go you have like the certificate for the book part, but then you still gotta go you gotta go get an apprenticeship and clock all the journeyman hours in.
That's like 2 years.
It doesn't have to be. It's just hours that you put in. That's how many hours you put in for their shit. So it's like, at least for electrical, I don't know, it's like 1,000 hours or 200 hours, whatever the number was. It's some 3 to 4 0 number. Dang. For hours that you had to have on the job. Because you're done with the learning part. That is better, but that's not like, you need to get just people jobs. They don't even have to be that nice of a job.
Right. I mean, every job we said was pretty high up there. We said espionage, military service.
Well, that's for the high-level criminals. Those guys are useful. They're high level, so they obviously have far more to give, honestly, if you put them in it. Like, you're not going to reach a high level being stupid and incompetent in anything. Like, the best criminals I've met were not stupid.
What about fraud? People that are committing
fraud? Obviously, you're a spy.
Oh, espionage?
You're already doing it.
But I mean, like, people ripping off businesses and, like, check fraud and swiping and the card people, like, whatever that is. I don't even know how to learn about that, by the way. Like, how do people even learn about how to do that? Is there Reddit?
Here's the thing. So,
what's going on with that?
Well, like, with the cards, they're not learning anything. It's just such a ridiculous problem that most of it just gets overlooked. That's how most of that shit works. If they want to catch you when you're swiping, you're done. As soon as they're looking for you. As soon as they're looking for you, your run is over. You're done. You're on camera. You're on camera, or you have to physically get the stuff that's getting either shipped to a location where you're going to go pick it up, or into your bank account, or into a bank account that's got to move to another bank account. I don't care how many shells you got. There's going to be a trail. And
Gift
as soon as,
gift cards?
You got to go to the store and buy it. No. Like, there's going to be a point where you have to receive the goods.
You got to get the goods.
Because you're dealing with regular people and everything's monitored. You know, like when you're doing like drug deals, like it doesn't have to be recorded.
No.
Both of you guys are criminals, so both of you guys are trying to keep it low key.
Yeah.
But when you're doing that shit, you're dealing with a big business normally. Like you're two big businesses. First, you're fucking with the credit card company. Massive business.
Huge.
Which is actually why they get away with so much. They don't give a fuck about low dollars. You gotta it has to be enough for them to be like, fuck, what the fuck is this? We need to have someone investigate this. Then you're cooked.
But are these kids like getting old cards and like making them and stealing numbers? Like, what's going on?
Numbers. You just buy them off the dark web.
So they got to be on the
Buy
dark
like
web.
a list dark web fucking numbers. You get like a whole list of them for some money.
And then you just need to know the number. You don't need a card.
They can print cards too. You can print cards. Like you can get a card printer and put it on there and it works and shit.
Now, what about online purchases?
That's what I think a lot of people do. But once again, like it's got to go somewhere.
The end. But what if you buy gift cards online?
It's got to go somewhere.
The gift card.
Yeah. Or what you buy with the gift card. Either way, like it's all linked together. Like everything's so linked that it's impossible to not leave a trail doing credit card fraud.
Right.
Your goal is to just stay under the radar because you have to leave a trail. So your goal is to just like, you know, I know like most of it's like you don't want to spend too much on each card. So you're hitting different cards, low dollars, boom, 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 all different places because none of those are going to be linked right away. Like each person has to report that shit that really has the card.
But you're the one doing it?
But you're the one doing it. And you're on camera on all of it. I can't think of one story where you're not on camera. Gas station, you're on camera. McDonald's, you're on camera. Myers, you're on camera. I don't know where you're going. You're on fucking camera. Driving down the road, you're on camera. The fucking stoplights have cameras. Like, there's cameras everywhere.
What about the woods? Could you operate slides in the woods?
How are you going to get your money?
I don't know yet.
That's what I'm
but
saying.
I know there's no camera, or there's less cameras in the woods. Just trail cams and stuff.
Yeah, I mean, that's why you can get away with doing other illegal things, not things that require electricity.
But not slides in the woods.
Because you have to somehow get whatever you're buying.
Because they're not going to deliver it to the woods.
No. They're going to deliver it to the best you got is a P.O. box in which you have to go pick it up from. That's the best you can do.
Isn't that in a bank?
A P.O. box?
Or that's in like the U.S. mail office.
Yeah. That's the best you could probably do because you could probably get a fake name on there and all that shit. Or you could have some junkie fucking order it to their house. But I mean, when the fucking FBI rolls up, they're going to tell on you right away.
And then they're going to do buy with the junkie. The junkie's going to act like everything's cool.
Yeah, you're cooked. That's what I'm saying. Like, there's always a trail. You can't get away with it unless they don't know to look for you.
Ooh, it's not good, dude. It is a...
Now, there's other fraud you can probably get away with, just not the credit card.
Like what?
I think hacking frauds, you can probably get away with a lot of shit.
Where you steal all their money by hacking in it?
Yeah, just all sorts of different ways of hacking. Like I was locked up with a guy that was like, he was like hacking into eBay and like, he was selling cars on there, but he didn't have any of the cars, but he like hacked in and made it look like he has this great seller rating and then just ripped off tons of people.
Wait, say that again?
All right, so what he did...
Sounds a little genius.
Yeah, this guy, like, the FBI was getting him and shit. They had to, like, get him from Russia. He was living in Russia, like, because he ran away. And then they made a deal with him, like, to do 11 months and it'd be over. Wow. He stole, like, $40 million.
Just keep the money?
Yeah, they didn't get the money back.
What'd he do?
He would go onto eBay and he'd make accounts and he'd sell like, $50,000 cars, Corvettes, blah, 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 blah.
He'd actually do that.
But like he'd go in, no, there's no selling of actual cars. That's the thing. But he'd pack in and make it look like he had all these sales on the seller rating. So he'd have like a 700 seller rate, 5-star 700 sales, but he's never made one sale. But it looks like it. So people feel trustworthy in buying it. Boom, money comes through, boom. And then you just shut the account down, took the money. And then he'd make a new one.
But the account, that had to have been made on his IP address, not his name. It had to be on his
he's like a hacker, so like,
so I'm sure use someone else's fucking identity.
I'm sure he cleaned that shit up. Like I know, like the deal that he said that he made was the 11 months. He'd come back, he'd do 11 months, and he had to show him how he did it.
And show him how he did it.
That's why he got a good deal because they were like, we need to know how the fuck you did this.
Wow. See, that's someone that. Why is he in prison? They need to right away be like, let's get this guy a job.
He's probably living over there in Russia right now. That's where he was going back as soon as it was done. He said, fuck America. This place sucks. He was American.
Yeah, but Russia, well, we don't know. We get fed bullshit all the time. Russia doesn't look nice.
He said it's so much better because the news doesn't perpetuate hate. Just because of that. He's like, the news like just makes everybody hate each other here. And there's just this weird tension of hate.
I was watching this podcast. I was trying to show like the disinformation that Russia produces, and they showed like this old, what was classified as propaganda. He's like, look at what they say about us. And I swear to God, dude, it was like from 1943 or something. Everything they said about us is exactly what we are.
Yeah.
It was not propaganda. It was the truth of America and capitalism. And I was like, and he looked stupid. Like during it, everyone was like, this kind of, like Sam Tripoli was like, I mean, it all kind of sounded right. It's like, it was so funny to me, dude.
I mean, capitalism's dope, but we're not even living in a capitalist market anymore. We've gone past that. Well, because
crony capitalism.
Yeah, because we've gone to like an oligarchy type thing because now the companies that already have the money are embedded with our government.
Right.
So it's not a capitalist market because they are getting to manipulate the market ahead of everyone else. Like Walmart gets subsidies. That's why their shit's so cheap. And they literally subsidies is when the government gives you money for doing stuff that they want you to do.
I want to do stuff for the government. Give me money.
Exactly. Yeah, but that's a big problem because now Walmart inherently has a giant advantage over any other person doing what they do.
And doesn't the government always just want to give the money to the big boys?
To the big boys.
Isn't it bullshit?
That's why we're not in a capitalist market anymore. Capitalist market, everything's fair. We're past fair. We're now putting regulations in to hinder the people that don't even have a chance to begin with because they're starting financially so much in a deficit compared to the people that are already in the industry. And then we're rigging it for the people that have all of the money that already had all the advantages.
I know. Like
the FDA. The FDA is the greatest example because they keep, like, they're always outlaw. They won't push a bunch of stuff through and then they put bullshit through.
Like the
COVID vaccine.
Oh, well, yeah. Yeah.
And then outlawing peptides and stuff that has absolutely no negative benefit or no negative health consequences on paper yet.
That doctor on Joe explained it. It's because the company doesn't have the money to put up to do the test they need.
Once again, rigged.
It's
like it's all rigged.
That's sick.
Like, I should be able to do the test. Like anybody should be able to do the test as long as it's monitored.
I don't know how to do the test.
Well, if you knew how to, because those people do, they're scientists to make that shit. So if I can, and you just run studies, that's all you're doing. You know how to run a study. It would be easy. It's like, all right, we're going to have 1,000 people, 500 are going to be on a placebo and 500, well, people do these. That's how they have
companies do this?
Yes. It's just not the FDA one. So it doesn't count for getting approval. They have to run it.
But that's legal? I thought that would be like experimentation. So if I'm making BP 177 or whatever, I can get 100 people to do a study. I can put an ad out, have them come in, do a placebo,
You're probably going to need
jail.
No, you're probably going to need some sort of approval from the government.
I think so.
But not from the FDA necessarily. I think from somebody else.
FDA is
because places be doing drug studies that aren't legal. But
really?
Yeah, like all the DMT studies and all the ketamine studies they did and all that shit.
That's illegal?
Those drugs are illegal, yes.
Yeah, but they do it under the MAP program or whatever. Isn't that a government program?
That's my point. So they have a government approval to do it.
Yeah.
So you can get the approval.
So it's legal for them in those moments.
I mean, with the genetic engineering, I know the loophole is just you're going to do it. If I'm going to give you something, I just hand it to you and you inject it. That's the loophole. Because you can do whatever you want with your body with that stuff.
Oh, at work. So at my job, they said for happy hour, right? I can't pour the drink. I can't buy the drink.
But you can accept it.
I can serve it to them, is what I'm saying.
All right. So yeah, essentially.
I got to get someone who pours it. I got to get someone to provide the alcohol, sponsorships. We call the liquor store.
Well, that's a little more complicated than the genetic one. Because the genetic engineering is just, we made this. You have to shoot it up. I can't be the one that administers it because legally it has to be you. Because you can experiment on your body, but I can't experiment on your body, even with your approval.
And a lot of times, I'm sure the company that you buy it from is not actually the producer of the genetic thing. They're getting that from a lab.
No, probably you're buying it from the person.
Think about when you bought research chemicals.
This is way different because there's not big companies yet because it's not allowed to be done.
Like CRISPR? There's no big CRISPR companies?
There's the people that make all the products. I'm sure there's people that make already made genes and shit. But like the one they were doing with the AIDS, there was only a couple people. And they were giving it to people like that. Boom, you have to do it. That's how they're doing their studies, essentially, to see if it works. But they weren't some big company. They were manufacturing it because anyone can with CRISPR.
Well, that's good.
You don't need a giant company to do these things.
Right. Did you see that Elon Musk is calling on volunteers for the Neuralink? It got approved that humans are allowed to be tested on now.
Yeah, I mean, I'm good, personally.
I'm not doing it, but I was wondering if you're going to do it.
Oh, no, I got to see how that shit goes.
You seem like you're kind of into that.
So I'm definitely into that stuff, but I'm not going to be the test monkey with the electrical stuff. If there's one thing I know about anything technological I own, it's that it fucks up a lot.
Oh, yeah.
No matter how expensive and nice it is.
Yeah.
Tons of glitches. So we're going to see how this works in your head first.
Ooh, God, it's all glitched out.
Yeah, like there's just too much, like not even someone hacking in or all the other things people talk about, just like it being fucked up. Like it could just easily malfunction. That happens with every piece of technology we've ever created.
But think of how sick it would be to operate a military drone with your brain.
I never would be allowed to, though, because they just shut that feature down so you can't access military shit.
Yeah, we got to get our own brain chips, dude.
That's always the problem. That's why I'm not near as excited. Like, I would need, like, a guy I know that just made this chip.
We need the guy at Tesla to leave and go on his own rogue shit, dude. Where he's like, I'm making my own personalized brain chips.
Well, Tesla's not making the brain chip, but...
Or whoever, whatever. I don't know.
Neuralink is. That's the name of the company.
And they're all separate companies?
All separate companies.
Whatever. I hear
but
some
Tesla's
of these
making
fail.
the robot. You know what I'm saying? Tesla's making the robot.
The humanoid robot?
Yeah.
All right.
So Tesla's doing more than just cars. They're just not on that one.
What happened to the Boring Company?
The what?
The Boring Company that he owned. He made flamethrowers for like a year.
Probably failed.
Yeah, it probably failed. I hear he fails a lot.
He fails a lot. Anybody that's in big business does.
That is true.
You're supposed to fail a lot. It's just like when you have that much capital, you're taking giant shots in the dark all the time. And you only need to hit on a couple of them.
And if you hit the right ones, then you become... I don't know. People say that he made it off his daddy. His daddy's got that emerald mine.
Yeah, people like to say that, except for like all of his money came from PayPal, which had nothing to do with that and didn't like require much money up front. That was like an idea that made that. That was like whoever made Bitcoin. Bitcoin didn't cost billions of dollars to make.
It didn't?
No. It's fairly simple. It's an idea. Like when you come with ideas, it's a game changer. Because normally they're not super expensive at first. It's just that as you scale up, they get expensive.
I don't know.
Bitcoin's expensive now to run because everyone's using it.
Oh.
So now there's a lot more processing power. Everyone's mining and shit. It's like Bitcoin's a lot more expansive. But when it first came out, no one was using it.
Who owns it? No one.
Nobody knows.
No one owns it.
Nobody owns it, but the guy that created it essentially is the owner.
Isn't it weird how it works though? Because like Bitcoin it's like in every app. It's like in Venmo. It's in. I guess I don't really get it. Where is it held? Nowhere.
It's all made up.
It's completely fake.
That's why I'm not big on crypto. Like I really like physical fucking things being like the dollar was cool until they fucking pulled it off of gold. Like it made sense before. It's like, okay, so there's gold over there.
Right.
Like no matter what time in history, gold was the shit. Like I know gold is going to be fucking dope no matter what.
But with Bitcoin, it's like if I buy $100,
Bitcoin, if we all decide that we just don't, that Bitcoin ain't worth shit, even if there's billions of dollars people invested in it, it's not worth nothing.
But if I buy $100 in Bitcoin, it's just someone on the other side entering like a number, right?
I don't think it's a person, but yeah.
That's it though. It's not anything.
Completely fake. All of our money is.
Right.
All of our money's like that now.
Well, I got to go to work, so wrap it up.